Hi everyone, it's Bart from Cooking in HD. It has been a little while since I've done a recipe for you, but I think you'll find it was well worth the wait. Today I'm featuring for you a pork tenderloin chop, which is this right here. And I've marinated it overnight in my homemade marinade, which features flavors such as rosemary, thyme, a little bit of paprika. I've got olive oil, and to balance that acidity from the lime, I've also put in some honey. Marinated it overnight. I've grilled this for you on my charcoal grill, and I'm serving it with couscous and a Greek-style salad. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to make this grilled pork chop with my homemade marinade. I think you'll really enjoy this. Cheers. Okay, as usual, let me show you the ingredients for my marinade that I'm going to use to marinate the pork chops in overnight, but also to brush on the chops as they're cooking. So I've got my thyme right here and a rosemary, classic pork combinations. Other appropriate herbs would be sage and basil. I've got one big clove of garlic. I've got one lime. You can also use a lemon. That would be an acceptable substitute. I've got Dijon mustard. I've got olive oil. To counteract some of that acidity, I've got some molasses here. Honey would also be just fine. And for a little bit of a kick, I've got some hot paprika powder. Now, for my herbs, I'm going to mash them up in my mortar and pestle and make the marinade in here. If you don't have one of these amazing devices, then just take your herbs and take them off the stem, as the stem is, particularly woody, as you can see. And you'll want to just give them a really fine chop with a good knife. Okay, now I've got all of my herbs in my mortar and pestle. Literally just start bashing them. Okay, you can see here that I've literally pounded these into a paste. And so now I'm going to add my garlic. Now with my herbs and garlic all mashed up, I'm going to add the juice of one lime. So here's the first half. All right, now with my lime juice in there, I'm going to add the Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon. Next, in goes some of my paprika. We'll just add a little bit for now because it's a bit spicy. And then put in a few generous glugs of olive oil. That's good. And now, we'll just start to mix everything together. Okay, I've got everything nicely incorporated. And the last thing I want to add is the molasses. Now, as I said, you can add honey. Now, the reason why I'm adding this is a few reasons. There's about 1 tablespoon. I want this to have a little bit of balanced flavors. So I need there to be some sweetness in this because I've definitely got some very strong flavors like garlic and lemon juice. And this is also going to help the marinade caramelize nicely when I throw this on the pork chops on the grill. Lovely balanced flavors. I'm really happy with that. So the next step is to marinate the pork chops in this marinade that I've just created overnight. I've been marinating these pork chops in a plastic bag overnight in the refrigerator, and so the marinade that's been placed inside the bag with the pork chops has done its job. It's well incorporated into the chops, and so now it's time to take these out of here after they've come up to room temperature and place them on the grill. So let's do that next. All right, so I'm ready to put these on the grill, and I've got my grill preheated to about 500 degrees Fahrenheit. That in a nice hot spot right there, and do that with the rest of my pork chops. Okay, one more. There we go. Now let these cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'll give them a quarter turn for some nice hatch marks. It's been 2 minutes, so I just want to pick it up and then give them a quarter turn and just put them just a little bit off of the same spot as where they were. Make sure that they go on a nice hot piece of the grill. Another 2 minutes. Okay, just turn these over, and I'll turn these over in just a moment. Okay, so this is the original marinade, and I'm just going to brush my chops with some more of that original marinade. And you'll notice that I put a meat thermometer in, because as soon as they hit 150 degrees Fahrenheit, they are done. Okay? Alright, and there we have our finished chops. So I'll go ahead and plate them, and I'll show you the final product in a moment. Alright, and here is the final product all plated. And so you can see that I've got the glaze on there. And I'm also serving it with sort of a Greek style salad and some couscous. So this sort of takes on some of the Mediterranean flavor and influences that went into the marinade, like rosemary, olive oil. Of course, I've got some paprika and lemon juice, which are not necessarily Mediterranean, but certainly complement this meal quite well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this grilled pork chop with my homemade marinade. I'm really looking forward to having this with some of my side dishes. Please check out this recipe on Cooking in HD and just do a keyword search for pork chops and you'll be able to find this. Cheers.